Hi guys, my name is Raymond Ahn'ın. I'm a social media specialist and I've been managing pages from 100,000 to 500,000 pages. I've been buying pages, selling pages, managing pages for clients, and I'm going to be sharing the four topics I want to go over today is first, the setup of your page, because that's really important for people to know what your page is all about. And there's some things that not a lot of people know how to set up their pages on Instagram. Two, I want to talk about how you could pay for shouts. This is kind of like a growth hack that not many people know about at the beginning, but you pay for shouts and likes. And the third one, I'm going to be talking about buying pages, buying and selling pages. And the fourth one, I'm going to be talking about apps that are useful to manage your social media. And we'll go on ahead and start with the first setup and talk about that. So the first part is the setup. And when you go to set up your Instagram account, they're going to have these sections on it. Let me see. So they're going to have your name, and then your username, your website, and your bio. And so for your name, what you want to have for your name, that's the thing that comes up on the top of your bio. Basically, it tells you what your page is about. And this is different from your username. Your username is your handle for your Instagram account. So for your name, this is kind of like an SEO purpose. So if your business has to do with cars or with watches, make sure you mention that in your name, because when people are searching for certain keywords, they're gonna look for this name and see if the keyword is in your name or not. So if I was a car dealership, I would probably write Orange County Cars if I was a car dealership in Orange County, or Orange County Car Dealership. And for your username, make sure it's your business username, or if you're making a page that is not your business page, but something related to your business page. And by that, I mean it's a feature page. So what a lot of people don't know is that you could manage more than one Instagram account. So you don't have to build a business page, because a lot of people think of it as salesy, or you want to sell them something. So make another Instagram page that is in the same niche that you're trying to target. So if I was an Orange County car dealership, I would make another page focused on Orange County cars that are just really nice. If I'm selling high-end, luxury Mercedes-Benz or, Lamborghinis, I would feature those kinds of cars in Orange County. So I would find the people who post those types of content and put it on that page. So first you would have a business page, which is for your business. And then second, you would have a feature page, and you can have as many feature pages as you want. So, you see on Instagram all these pages that feature, luxury cars or just travel vacations, but you can make one specifically for your area or local area. And so, like I said, if I was an Orange County car dealership, I would find people, using the hashtag Orange County or Orange County cars, and look for people who are posting that type of content and put it on this feature page. And what that does is people are following you not to buy something, but they're just following you for your content. And what you want to do when you do this as a feature page is you want to shout them out. You want to make sure you write a nice caption, and then you have an ad for your handle for the person that you're featuring. And what this does when you put their ad is sometimes you need to ask permission, but a lot of times people don't mind. And so what it does when you put the ad feature is it notifies them that you've tagged them, and you also tag them in your image, so it shows up on their feed that they've been tagged. And once you start growing and you start featuring accounts, people appreciate it, and they'll start liking and commenting saying thank you for that. And that's going to boost your engagement actually, because Instagram is noticing, okay, the person that they tagged is actually engaging with this post that they were tagged in, so they're going to feature you more and they're going to boost that engagement. So make sure to do that if you have a feature page. For your business page, you could feature pictures of your business cars and stuff like that that you're selling. But what you want to, the reason why you want a feature page is you could shout out your business page after. So once you get the type of audience you want from this feature page, then you direct the traffic to your business page. So you could either have in your bio link, like I said, your bio link for your feature page, you could have your Instagram username for your business page, so people will get directed to that. So make sure that you take care of the name, that people know what it's about. It's kind of like SEO purposes. Okay, so for your username, make sure it's for your business page, or if it's a feature page, you can just have whatever name you want. This is also SEO purposes, so you could write Orange County Cars or something of that sort to kind of rank up in Instagram's search algorithm. And for your website, a lot of people, I feel, they don't utilize this or they don't track it. So make sure that you use either a bit.ly, bit.ly.com. A lot of people do this. And what that will do is it tracks where your clicks are coming from, whether it's from USA or UK, that it's good for tracking that. And you can kind of gauge, how many clicks you get per week and stuff like that. And this is especially useful when you are advertising on other pages to kind of gauge, how many clicks you're getting from a certain page. But we'll talk about that later. And for your bio, make sure that it's really clean. Make sure that it's spaced out. A lot of people, it's just, period, and then it just goes on like that. So that looks really messy. So on your Notepad app on iPhone or even on email, you just type out a caption and then you press enter and another caption. And then you copy this and you paste it into your bio so it looks a lot cleaner. And what you could do is also use emojis to make it pop, in front of it if you want. And so just make sure that you let them know in your bio what your business is about or what your feature page is about. And also make sure that they know exactly what kind of content you'll be posting. And you can even put in your email here, but now with Instagram's business analytics and stuff like that, you can link your Instagram to your business, to your Facebook page, and you could have an email contact as a business. So that's really good too. So I suggest linking it to your Facebook page so it also shows you your Instagram analytics for that. And so that's all for the setup, and then we'll go on to the second part of paying for shouts and likes. So this I would recommend more for the feature pages, because if you do it for your business page, like I said, people might think it's just too salesy, or it might, you might not feature the greatest content all the time because they have to be just your photos, right? So what you want to do for paying for shouts and likes is a lot of people, bigger pages, they have their contact in their bio. So they either have a kick or their email in their bio. So I would recommend reaching out to as many people, 100,000 to 500,000 to even 1 million page followers, and then asking them, what are your prices for shouts and likes? And what I mean by shout is when a page either mentions you in their caption, they tag you in their image, or they even repost some of your own content, right? And so what that will do is all their audience will see your kind of content, and they'll decide if they want to follow you or not. So that's what you can do for shouts. You can make an Excel spreadsheet and kind of compare different prices. And when you are paying for shouts and likes, you want to make sure to use socialblade.com. So socialblade.com, you could kind of gauge their engagement. You can gauge their follower growth. So whatever page you're getting shouts on, use this website and basically enter their username and see how much they're growing per day, see how many times they're posting a day. Because if they're posting like 15 times a day and you're just one of those ads that are included, then it might not be as effective if they just post like 3 to 5 times a day. So make sure you use this app, socialblade.com. And also another thing you could do is paying for likes. And so usually this works only if they're bigger pages. So when you like someone on Instagram, it shows up in their newsfeed, right? I don't know if you guys have noticed, but if you go to your Instagram and you go to your following, if you go to the data where it says who followed you, and right next to that it shows the types of things that the people you're following have liked or followed. So people see who you follow, people see who you like, and when you pay bigger pages, you can ask them, hey, could you follow me or could you like me? And when you get these kinds of likes from big pages like 500,000 to a million, your page, your content shows up. And there are services out there where big pages like your content as soon as they're out, and your posts, it boosts the engagement to like thousands to thousands of likes, even if it's just a new page. And I've seen that happen. And so there's services like that are monthly. But like I said, you want to just reach out to as many pages, see what kind of services they offer, and just kind of gauge what's the best bang for your buck that way. So yeah, paying for shouts and likes is a way to growth hack, definitely. I would recommend it if you have a set budget per month to do that for your clients or even for your own pages, because that's really going to accelerate your growth. And when you're at that certain size, you can also make money that way if you have a feature page. So like I said, Kik and email are generally the best ways to reach out to pages. A lot of them have their contact. A lot of them want business, so they make it easy for you to reach out to them. And yeah, making Excel spreadsheets, compare the prices, and people have different prices, right? If you just want a caption, if you just want to tag in the image, if you want to repost content, they even charge for a bio link, right? And so, they have different pricing for each one, so you want to compare that. And I want to talk about the bio link. When you want to have advertisements for your clients, make sure that you use a bio link, because when you tell people in an ad, go to my website, and you have the website, that's not a hyperlink, so people can't click on it. So you want to make sure there's a clickable link in that page you're advertising on, because that makes it a lot easier for people to click on it. And a lot of times for the link that you put, you want to have like something free or some kind of giveaway, so people will want to opt in. A lot of times people just say buy this product for full price. No one's going to really buy that. There's no incentive. So say you're going to get a free product if you click the bio now, and that's going to give you a lot more ROI on your ads and your ad spend. And also you want to make sure that that when you're doing these advertisements, you want to track it. So like I said, use a bit.ly link. And you can make a bit.ly link for each account you're advertising on. So say I'm advertising on this one luxury page or this one car page, then I want to make a bit.ly link specific for that one page, right? And then say there's another page that I'm doing an advertisement on, then I want to make another bit.ly link for that second page. So basically you want a bit.ly link for each page, so you track how many clicks you're getting for the ads that you're paying for. And also, you could have a specific coupon code for each page that you're advertising on, so you see how many sales you're getting from each page. So not a lot of advertisers do this, so they don't think about it, they just blindly give away money. But that's something I would recommend for your clients to kind of show them the results and the ROI that they're getting on their ad spend. So yeah, that's for your paying for shouts and likes. A little bit about that. And the third one I want to talk about is buying and selling pages, right? So like I said, I've bought and sold pages, from hundreds of thousands to followers to, to more. And, I've grown pages, sold pages, and all of that. But I think the reason I bought pages was so I want to cut that, time and the effort. So I don't have to, spend all that time posting every day. I could just kind of growth hack in a way, my way to a bigger following. And so some of your clients might be interested in buying pages, right? I have a couple who are interested in buying pages, and the market out there, there's no set standard. Some people might charge $1,000 for a 100,000 page. Some people might charge, 5,000. So it really depends on your engagement. It really depends on your growth, which you can track from Social Blade, right? And for engagement, typically, a lot of pages have, it seems low, but it's around 0.5 to 1% of your following. So it does seem quite low. So a 100,000 page that gets 1,000 likes, you might see a lot of those. But if it's getting up to 2%, so that's like 2,000 likes for a 100,000 page. That's not bad. And if it's getting anywhere from 2% and up, like 5%, so 5,000 likes on 100,000 page, that's pretty good. So that's a way you could kind of measure that. And the growth, socialblade.com, you could measure how much they're growing per day, and it shows you their average daily following too on Social Blade. So engagement, your growth, you can also track your comments. A lot of times people can buy the engagement, so you want to check the comments. So if you have 5,000 likes and you have 2 comments, something's kind of off there, right? So you want to make sure they have a good amount of comments as well. A lot of times people do things called like groups or comment groups where you just comment on each other's page. And so you might see a lot of generic comments like nice or awesome. So those ones you can kind of disregard, but kind of see how many real users are commenting on their page. So this is something I wish I knew when I was buying, selling pages. I spent a lot of money, thousands of dollars, but I wasn't checking their growth rate. And so, some of the pages I bought, they're actually losing some followers, but I've been just trying to build it. And honestly, once you have a big page, you can leverage it to grow your smaller pages. So once you have a large page, you could get in these engagement groups, and then you can ask them, hey, can you shout out my smaller page, or can you shout out my business page? And as long as you shout them from your big page, they're okay with that most of the time. So a good reason to buy a big page is not just, you cut the time and stuff, but you can leverage that page to network with other pages around that size and kind of network with a lot of the bigger people on Instagram. And you get included in a lot of groups as well if you have a bigger page. So that buying and selling pages, these are some of the criteria you'd look at. And then as far as paying for them, the general way a lot of people do is PayPal. So the reason they do PayPal is there's a way you can do it as goods and services. This is a good way to buy pages because say they don't deliver, then you could file a complaint to PayPal and get a dispute and make the money be on hold. But don't ever send it to friends and family, because if you do it this way, there's no way to get your money back, because it said, are you sure you want to send it as friends and family? There's no kind of legal documents or contract holding you guys. So always do it through goods and services. There's a fee for this, but it's better to pay that fee or than to be scammed. So make sure you do that for goods and services. Also, when you're paying for these pages, make sure that you have an agreement. So when you're selling, or say you're trying to buy a page, you want to, sometimes they might ask for a deposit because they want to make sure that you're not trying to scam them right from their side. So make a small deposit from $50 to 500, just a portion of the amount that you agreed to sell it to them for. So maybe like 10 to 20% of how much you said you're going to pay them for the account. And then once they get this initial deposit, then you have the right to ask them, hey, can you change the email to the email that I want? So make sure that you make a new email, one that you've never used, because if you use an email that you used before, people can try to scam you, or they could try to send you emails saying, saying they're from Instagram, but they're not, and they're trying to scam you. So make sure you use a brand new email, and then tell them, here, change your email that you used to my email, the one that I just made. And so once they change their email, it's gonna ask them to verify, are you sure you wanna do this? And so make sure you get a screenshot that they verified that, because they're gonna get an email saying, are you sure you wanna change the email? So once they change it to your email, now you have the power and the control, and all you need is their password. And the reason you want them to change your email is because say you transfer the account without having changed the email, the person who sold it to you can go to their email and say, no, I didn't change the email. And so they could get the account back and they get your money, right? And so make sure they verify that the email was changed. And so a lot of times you still have to trust the person you're dealing with. Make sure you've talked to them for a while. Make sure you get their, all their information, their contact information. Make sure you Skype with them or you're on FaceTime when this happens, so you kind of see them visually. Even get their Facebook or whatever address or contact information you need. and have a contract that's signed, that makes sure they signed it and they send it over to you. So that's another important thing. So once they do the email, account switch, then they can give you the password. So you pay them the full amount, after they change the email, because you know that they're willing to work with you now, and then they'll give you the password after that, right? Password. And then, so once you have the password, you log in, make sure you change the password right away. And if you want to take another precaution, you want to switch the email again. Just because, the other person knew the email that you set to change it to, and you can make it to another email again, just for, more privacy and security benefits. So yeah, that's generally the practices for buying a page. If you're selling a page, like I said, you'd want to deposit. And then you want to make sure that you change the email for them, even if they haven't asked. And after that, you want to just take your hands off. Put off all your, cell phone number, everything like that. Just you want to just make sure it's all clean, and they could do what they want after that. So, and you always have their contact, right? Because you signed the contract and you have their contact. So that's a good way for buying and selling pages. And like I said, make sure that the person you're dealing with is legit. Make sure that you've talked to them for a while. Ask around other people, is this guy legit or not? And yeah, definitely do your research using Social Blade, checking their engagement, because a lot of times people buy a page and they realize that they've been screwed over, and there's not a way really to get it back, because you should have done your research in the first place. So that's it for buying and selling pages. And then the last one I want to go over are some apps to use, right? So let me tell you some apps that you could use for scheduling. So for your clients, a popular one that a lot of people use is Hootsuite. And this is basically a website where you can schedule your posts ahead of time. And then all you have to do is, open up your Instagram app, and it's all scheduled. You could copy the caption and post it at the set time. You can set reminders for the times that you want. Later.com is another one that's similar to this, right? It's pretty much the same as Hootsuite. You can schedule your posts. And there are some automated post websites. One that I think about is Grambler. You could just Google that. And there's a lot, like OnlyPult is another automated scheduling app. So these are all, apps and tools I've had to find over time, but basically these are automated posting apps for you, but you want to be careful because technically that's not allowed, but I do know a lot of people use that. And something else that you could use that's really useful is something called Mass Planner. And what this does, it functions both as a scheduling app and as a follow, like, comment automation app. So this is a really powerful one. You can pay monthly for that. You could schedule your posts, and you could auto follow, like, and comment, which a lot of people do, even though that's technically not allowed, but as long as you stay within the boundaries, it should be okay. But it's really up to your discretion. I'm not endorsing any one of them or saying use bots, but just telling you the options that are out there. So that's one for scheduling. For one that you could use for programs to follow, like, and comment, a popular one is Follow Liker. This is a one-time fee that you pay, and then you could auto follow, like, and comment. And this is a lot more customizable, because you could kind of go to the advanced options and say, I want you to follow people from 0 to 200 following, people who are using these hashtags. You can even have them follow, like, and comment on certain users. So say I want to target the followers of a certain page. I could basically rip that and target my likes and comments to them. So this is a powerful tool that I found out about as I've been doing Instagram. Like I said, Mass Planner is another one. And also there's ones like Instagress, which does the same thing, but you pay monthly for that. But the good thing about this is it's on a cloud base, so even if your laptop isn't on, it's always running 24/7. This is also 24/7, but your laptop needs to be on, and the program is running on your computer. So those are just some apps, and there's apps on the, in the app store that you could use. A lot of them, make you have to like and comment and follow, and you get up coins, and then you use those coins to, get likes and followers for yourself. But this is a lot more tedious, and I've been doing this in the beginning, and it does help initially, but the other ones that I shared, they're more useful for, just saving you time and stuff like that. So yeah, those are some programs you could use. But one thing I do want to warn you is if Instagram does catch your account exceeding the limits, it could warn you or even ban you. So you want to be careful of that. And what I've recently learned is it can actually flag your device. I'm not sure how accurate it is, but your growth might not be as fast because they flag you as someone who's been using a bot. So I would prefer you to not use the bots if you can, but in the beginning it does help. But like I said, it's up to your discretion, and you could check it out, see how it works for you. So yeah, those are the apps that I'm using. Another app that is good to use are repost apps. So like I said, if you have a feature page that's targeting the niche you want, and you want to take someone's content that you see on Instagram, you want to find repost apps in the App Store. So you could download videos and images, and sometimes you could even copy the same captions. You could, if you want to make quotes for your clients, what I use a lot is Fonto. So you overlay an image with a quote, or you could just have a dark, background image, and then put a quote on top. Word Swag is another popular one, and stuff like that. And as far as finding photos and stuff, Pixabay is a good free photo site that I've used, and Unsplash. The Unsplash has a lot nicer photos in my opinion, but they're both pretty good for free photo content if you want to be careful about photo usage and stuff like that. So yeah, those are the apps that I've used, and those are some of the ways where you could just use for your clients as well. And so yeah, to recap, we talked about setting up. Make sure the name, the name and your username, they could both be SEO. Basically, make sure you have your keywords in it. And for your name part, that's the one that shows right above your bio. You could have several different keywords. So if it was luxury or travel, you could say luxury, travel, vacation, stuff like that. So yeah, for setup, make sure you do that. And also for your website, make sure you're tracking that. And I also want to share for your email, make sure you use an email that you've never used, because once you do grow bigger, people might try to scam you, or you want to make sure this email you use to set your Instagram is you've never really used before. If you have to use your business email, then that's fine, but I would recommend just using a brand new email from the start. And the second one was about buying shouts. Yeah, so when you buy shouts and likes, make sure that you have an Excel spreadsheet of all the different accounts that you're getting shouts and likes from. Ask them who they've done shouts and likes with and see what the results were. Use socialblade.com to kind of track their growth. And just kind of measure, whether this is a page that you think will give you a good return on investment. Also use links like bit.ly or coupon codes for that. To kind of track, how their ROI is from the page. And third, buying, selling pages. Make sure that you use PayPal. Make sure that you have a contract. And make sure that the email is switched so it's secure. So yeah, those are some of the things to keep in mind when you want to buy, sell pages. And the apps, like I talked about, apps and tools. There's a lot of them out there. You could go over them. Mass Planner, Fall Liker, Grambler, Hootsuite, Later.com. All of those are good apps, and you could just check it out, see which one works for you. So remember, these 4 things that I talked about. And I know there's a lot of things I shared, websites and tools. So on the next lesson, I'll show you guys what it looks like and how I would use it and what you guys can do to use it as well.